Here's everything I'll be going over in this video. As always, I'll make it obvious when I'm saying something is an opinion or if it's informational. My goal is to give you everything so that you can form your own opinion rather than listen to somebody else's. One more thing, just to be transparent, I did receive a free copy of this game for a review, but that's not going to influence my opinion on this or what I say in this video at all. It's going to take a lot more than a free game to buy me out. Probably just like $10,000. If you give me $10,000, I'll say anything you want me to say. If you've played a Killing Floor game before, you pretty much already know what to expect. After a short, simple tutorial given to you by the 007 MI6 lady, you jump into a match, survive through waves of enemies. Each wave is harder than the last, and you beef up in between with money you earn from killing, massacring the Zeds. Last wave is boss wave, and if you're able to beat that, you beat the level, getting all your goodies for permanent upgrades. Rinse and repeat. They did add a little pizzazz, a little seasoning to keep things interesting. There's assignments you can complete to get extra XP. Some are daily and refresh, and the others act as little missions to do during your survival waves. So they give you a little story to follow, but it's not amazing. They just make it so that the waves don't feel as brain dead and you have something to work towards. When you queue up for a match, you pick your specialist and your loadout. The higher level your character, the more money you can start with and the better loadout you get. We got a hub area now, which is pretty cool. You can either run around looking at everything or you can just use the terminal to choose all your options. Quality of life seems to be emphasized with changes like being able to pick up your crap if you die in a round, skipping the wave prep phase if you're done buying, dropping dosh or moolah to others, and there's no player collision, which can be good or bad depending on who you talk to. Honestly, I like to troll my friends, so player collision means I stand in the middle of the hallway and get them killed. So they're probably glad that this is not in the game. Performance is kind of dookie. The game crashed several times on me. There's a lot of frame rate dips, there's on-screen visual glitches, and just overall performance optimization issues reported. So hopefully that gets fixed soon. Zeds. There's not enough enemy types. My main complaint, of course, is with the bosses. There's 3 bosses total in the game right now, and I beat all 3 within 2 hours of playing. That's honestly just a reoccurring theme with me for this game, is that there's not enough. As far as non-boss Zeds go, the little guys, there's a total of 12 different ones, but most are just copy my homework and change it a bit type of variations. I will say it's still fairly fun to mow through these guys. They attack in different ways. Some crawl on walls, others spit at you, others set you on fire, some just bitch slap you. But a few hours in and you've seen everything the game has to throw at you, so that kind of sucks. Playable characters. There's 6 specialists or playable characters to choose from, each with their own unique skill trees and weapon choices with up to a level 30 cap. I actually enjoyed trying out the different specialists because they all feel really unique and they have their own pros and cons depending on your playing style. But I know that a lot of people were mad and didn't like the fact that you're restricted to choosing your perks based on your specialists. They have addressed changes coming to that, which I'll go over later in the video when I talk about the roadmap. Weapons. Perhaps one of the most important aspects in a game like this, and they dropped the ball. I don't know how they fucked that up. The weapon variety is poo. They have an illusion of choice because you have a bunch of weapons laid out for you on screen, but it's really just the same weapon over and over again with different mods. This specialist has a sniper. And it also has another sniper that looks slightly different from the first sniper, yet feels the same as the first sniper. Here's a sword, and to change it up a bit, now you get to carry 2 swords. I am being a bit harsh, granted. There is different firing modes for different weapons that change it up a bit. The recoil feels responsive, there's a good amount of elemental damages to consider, and you can craft mods and set up loadouts, but just not enough. Not for a game that relies on gunplay to be fun. Too many weapons are forgettable and boring, and the ones that aren't are fun to boom boom with, but there's not enough. It definitely solidifies the fact that this game needed some more time in the oven. I really can't give them the benefit of the doubt on this one. It doesn't surprise me though, because Killing Floor 3 went through development hell, and if you want to learn more about that, you can watch my previous video, but for now, let's move on. Movement. I have an unpopular opinion among the Killing Floor nerds on movement. I personally like that they modernized it, adding things like sprint and dodge and mantle to the mix. I understand that the original had a big emphasis on the slower paced gameplay, but I don't think this strays too far away from the original feel while still adding quality of life. The sprint isn't exaggerated like you would experience in a Call of Duty. The mantle is just basic fucking movement to get around the map, and the dodge isn't unnatural. It doesn't send you flying to one side or the other. It just acts as an extra skill to use during the boss fights and while avoiding Zeds. I wouldn't consider it a run and gun, but it's also not a walk and die. It sits somewhere right in the middle and differs in feel based on your characters and your abilities. I also want to point out that Killing Floor 2 came out a little under 10 years ago, so the movement was bound to change based on modern gaming mechanics. If you like the old games, just play the old games is my recommendation. The maps are pretty cool. They're well designed and they have a lot of places to kite and or hunker down if that's more your style. They are relatively small, way less to see in each map compared to the previous game, but it's still cool to explore with a fair amount of detail and gore. The devs specifically said they were going to go back to a darker feel for this game, but a lot of areas don't really hit the mark on that promise, which confused me. I know it's subjective, but the maps aren't as cool as the previous game in my opinion. There are a lot more memorable areas in Killing Floor 2, but I don't want to say that to take away from what Killing Floor 3 brings to the table, because there is definitely cool shit to see in that game too, maybe just not as much. The atmosphere overall is amplified by the music as well, which is very fitting for blood and gore. So overall, not many complaints, and I'm excited to see what maps drop in the future. Monetization. I despise microtransactions, but it's 2025 and every game ever that releases needs to have a microtransaction in it. Thankfully, Killing Floor 3's microtransactions are limited to cosmetics. There's a free and premium version of your supply pass, which works exactly like every other battle pass ever. You get your little rewards, your little credits, and you earn them by playing through and leveling your pass. It's basically the same monetization model for a free-to-play title, but it's in a paid game. But I'm not gonna give them too much shit for that because it's at least not pay to win. I will give them shit, however, because I earned 200 credits through the free version of the battle pass and I don't know where they are. Where's my fucking money, dude? I don't really care though. I'm not huge on skins, if I'm honest. It's not really my thing, especially in a game where I can't see my character. But I will point out that the battle pass skins are muck fucking ugly. Matchmaking. Matchmaking works well and it has crossplay. I have no complaints. That's all I have to say about that. How long to beat? I'm gonna read this directly from what the devs sent me. Killing Floor 3 takes approximately 25 hours to max out a perk. With 6 perks in the game at launch, a completionist should max level every perk in roughly about 150 hours. Killing Floor 3 does feature an optional assignment campaign consisting of narrative missions completed while playing through survival matches. These take approximately 4 to 6 hours to complete. According to them, you do have approximately 150 hours of gameplay, but honestly, with the lack of content that this game has, I would say the average Joe is going to play significantly less. Is the 4 to 6 hour campaign plus however long you're going to spend playing through the survival waves to level up your character enough to justify the $40 price tag? I guess that would be up to you to decide. But before I get into recommendations and everything like that, let's talk about the roadmap and what this game has in store in the future. It's really light in new content for their year one roadmap, especially considering how little content there was on release. In 2025, we can expect new weapons, mods, quality of life updates, and performance improvements, which is pretty generic stuff, but it's not bad. The one people are most excited about is the perk and specialist decoupling. Basically, you'll no longer be limited to choosing perks only available to your specialist. You can mix and match. Season 2 brings a new specialist, a new map, a new Zed, a singular Zed. I'm hoping it's a boss, but they don't really specify that either. New weapons and mods, which they have already told us, so I think they're just trying to fill up the page with this one. And new assignments and campaign rewards. In 2026, we'll be seeing 2 more seasons, but hopefully more, because 2 seasons in a year seems really light. Although I'm probably just used to like the Overwatch and Fortnite seasons, which come out 17 seasons a week or some shit like that. I am having fun with this game. I am enjoying it a lot. I know I'm criticizing a lot, but I just wanted to really highlight everything that this game has to offer, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's fun to play with friends, and it's honestly got a ton of potential. They seem to be doing the right things. They seem to be taking the right steps, but I do have to heavily criticize them for releasing an unfinished game, basically. What feels like an unfinished game. I don't think I would recommend this game at full price until they add more things to it, but honestly, don't even listen to me. At this point, you have all the information to make that decision for yourself. So yeah, that's it. Let me know if you're gonna buy this game based on this video, if you're not gonna buy this game based on this video, if you already have the game. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you hate me? Tell me everything down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like if you like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.